Hello, everyone. Welcome back. Happy New Year.
Already?
What?
Thank goodness.
So we are watching episode 4 of Invincible, season 2. Last episode, what a cliffhanger. We just saw Nolan on a different planet. He seemed gentle, but he is leading that race.
Gentle.
Yeah. Autobots roll out.
That was a good call on your part when you were talking about Theta sounding like Optimus Prime.
Yeah, we looked it up after.
We looked it up and it was Peter Cullen, so...
Very cool. He has such a great voice. Like, it's so familiar.
I mean, he's a recognizable voice actor from the 80s, you know, so all of us when we were youngins, we know him.
Shall we get into this episode?
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
You strike my side by accident.
Okay, well, it seems like he's thinking a lot about it. Wow. Oh, he's gonna kill himself?
No, he's just...
Like, testing it. Oh, wow, he was gonna kill himself. Wow, so he has really changed. Like, what? And he saves them, that's crazy.
Wait! I don't know who you are, but we owe you our lives. Won't you stay? Tell us your name. Where you come from.
Looks like he has nowhere else to go right now. Aww. He's still his dad.
I missed you.
Oh, that is so sad. I was just expecting him to hate, but...
Bringing me here?
Yes,
The Thraxians told me that they needed my help.
they do need your help. Mark, I need your help.
I can't believe you put them up to this. Made them lie to me, too.
Just listen.
I don't have to listen to anything you say.
Mark, look, I made a mistake. And I've thought about you every day since...
A mistake!
Son,
No, you don't get to call me that anymore.
what do you want me to say, Mark?
You could have started with, I'm sorry.
Get you a ship home. But there's something you need to see first.
No.
Nualzad wasn't lying to you. His people do need your help. Let me tell you why.
I don't care.
I know that's not true.
Ew! What?
Mark, welcome to our home. My husband's told me so much about you.
Andressa,
What the fuck is going on?
Did I misspeak?
Who was that?
this is your little brother.
He moved on fast, though. I mean, he was in space.
You gotta be
Only purple. Like, how would you mix species?
fucking kidding me.
That was good. Oh.
Why me? You could have taken Earth whenever you wanted. Why did you marry me?
I never even fucking knew you.
Welcome to the world of the living, clone. Not this time. No, I was there. I remember the machine.
I know.
The explosion. Of course you do. You have all of my memories, my experiences. Because I'm the clone. For the first time, we know exactly who's the original
Right?
and who's the inferior.
Yeah, but he was a clone at one point, right? They're so funny about that.
His glasses.
Mark's away on a mission or something in space. He was in a hurry, so I didn't get much of an explanation.
You don't have to forgive me,
Good.
but he is innocent in all this.
And he might have his strength.
Innocent in what?
The Viltrumite rules of interbreeding are not complicated.
Rules of... Oh, Jesus.
We're only allowed to procreate with genetically similar species. And I can't stop them alone. But we can
He
stop
keeps screwing up, and then he's making him get
You
involved.
almost killed me. Then lied lied to me to get me here. And now you want me to risk my life to save some kid you had with another woman while still married to Mom?
In a short amount of time.
Brother, Mark.
You don't get to put that on me. Not after everything you did.
What I did on Earth was unforgivable.
Now it's too late. Oh, crap.
What was that?
Uh-oh. Oh, they're there already. Oh, no.
Shit.
Jeez. This is going to be so bad.
There.
Her voice sounds familiar, too.
You never told me what his name is.
We allow children to choose their own name once they come of age. Braxton lifespans aren't like humans. Only one of your years.
1 year?
What?
Seriously?
It's never seemed short to me. From what Nolan says, we do certain things quicker than your kind. Growing, learning, loving.
What?
It seems your father's genes have slowed our son's aging. Still, we expect his first words any day now.
He must have just been born not too long
Nolan
ago.
and
Yeah.
I want you to know it's not how you think.
What do you mean?
I didn't knowingly try to replace your mother.
Yeah, I didn't mean that.
He said it to me.
Crap, I knew it. Oh, man. This sucks. You got a big guy.
It's true. The great Nolan fathered a child with an Earth woman.
Okay, didn't see the others.
If you fight well, we may allow you to join the Empire.
Oh, crap.
Not, you'll die.
Stay back.
Dang.
Are you sure you're Nolan's son?
Whoa.
These creatures.
Jeez. Ew, we're in the temple. Oh, God, just your fingers. Wow.
I know. Mark? Andressa?
No, there's more coming.
Dad!
Are you okay?
We're fine. Mark sheltered us.
I really cares for her.
Andressa, go deeper into the caves. Mark, come with me. There's 2 more.
We're not done yet.
She's too angry. She's
Yeah.
letting her... Oh, no. Uh-oh. Oh, crap. Hopefully it's not too late. Could you put, like, an orb around them?
Are they okay? Please. Please, just help them.
I bet you got them now. I hope they're alive.
You okay?
I'm fine. I just... I'm not fine.
Me neither.
Yeah, because he was really
After
good
all
friends
these
with Nolan.
months, I still can't wrap my head around it.
You said it yourself. Nolan was always off fighting something, and you made things work without him. Now, it's just official. You don't need the bum. You never did.
Oh, I'm glad he came by. I missed his password.
He logged onto the Cecil.
Yeah. Like a slow suspense. Oh, he actually sees all of it.
It's been an honor, sir.
Don't. He's gonna get triggered.
Why do I care about them?
Oh, he's unstable.
Short-lived, barely a species. They shouldn't matter to me.
Wow, he's really
They should
conflicted.
die.
You don't understand. I'm not supposed to feel this way. How is this better?
This is how you should have felt on Earth.
It opened something when he almost killed his son.
There's the great Nolan.
Uh-oh. This'll make you stronger. Compassion. Keeps missing. Whoa, freaking hair? Jeez.
Don't forget, they got a lot more
Oh my
experience
god! Look, she does have like a freaking dagger. Nice. Dang.
You need to fight like a Viltrumite.
No. I don't kill people.
Well, you gotta kill her.
Do this. We're all dead.
He's gonna hate you even more now.
Brother, and every single Thraxan on this planet.
He needs to this time, and he's gonna hate his father even more. Slice. Yeah, that was pretty easy.
Well, I wouldn't go easy.
He's gonna use it against you.
She let her guard down thinking it would be easier.
Oh, he has like, oh my god. And yeah, she, oh, okay, there's your, whoa! Oh, sick! What? Oh, his back! How the heck did he survive that? He's holding his guts? Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Broke his back. I mean, his guts were out and he was still alive.
Yeah.
Don't forget the good I did. My work. My deeds. My books. Read my books, Mark.
What? So they're not going to leave them. He's going to be taken too.
Yeah, I would assume that.
Yeah. God, what a trip, huh? You're like...
He doesn't know who he is.
Yeah. Like, that's so scary. I mean, the Mahler twins, they do it all the time, but now it's like... First time, what?
He's not gonna cut himself, is he?
I hope not. Always don't kill yourself. I really hope not. I'm always worried about
No,
that.
he's gonna see if he's a robot or something.
No, he's gonna slit his wrist. Oh, maybe he's gonna cut. Okay. I'm gonna be so sad. Don't put that down. Oh, it bent.
Donald, where the hell are you? We've got a situation.
Yourself worthy of
Is that Clancy Brown?
heritage.
Yes.
Oh, fuck.
Ooh.
Your father will be executed, and you will return to Earth. You will assume his mission and prepare the planet for our rule.
Oh my god!
I know this may not appeal to you, given your sympathies. So I'll put it like this. You can kill a few humans to convince them to capitulate. Or we will kill millions if we arrive to find you or your planet still defiant against us.
He's gonna always rub that in now.
But it'll do. Yes, King Polar.
Oh, they're so immature.
I don't know why I didn't think of this sooner. Why stop at one idiot clone when I could have so many more? So is my lemonade. When it's not laced with modified mycotoxin.
Oh!
Told you.
I was too hard to animate anyways. Wow. Dang.
Sometimes things are the way they are for a good fucking reason.
Oh my god! That's insane.
I told him. Watch out for that clone uprising.
You know, I always find them interesting, but it shows like how desensitized we are and how much they are with themselves, because they could just kill each other off and then make
They
a new
have all
one.
the same memories and stuff, so...
Yeah, and I just love the banter of, well, I'm the original, you're the clone. Like, they're all clones at this point, and it's just funny how just, no matter what, when they're made, they don't have the experience of that last one dying, so they just never learn. I don't know,
Right,
they
yeah.
never learn from their mistakes, or they don't care. So, wow, so we lost another original one. And that one said, oh, well, why don't I make just a bunch more? So the other one was there thinking, they've probably thought of that in the past, you know. But maybe he's going to do that now.
If you start making copies of a copy, eventually it gets worn down where it's not the same anymore. So I'm curious to see how the longevity of them are going to be.
Yeah. I mean, how many times have they done this already? And yes, like maybe over time the DNA or whatever will wear out and it won't be as pure. But I'm thinking because of their immature attitude and being selfish like that, I think that's going to be their downfall. Where if he makes a bunch of himself, he's going to argue like kids, and they're going to like end up destroying each other. They're all going to
think that they're number one.
Yeah, so it's pretty insane. What a battle. Like, I was actually scared during this episode because I know the show is Invincible, but I really thought his throat was going to get slit, and I'm like, holy crap. Like,
well, he got stabbed in the stomach, so I mean, that's just as bad.
And Viltrumites, they can survive so much. I mean, that guy came back, and he was holding his intestines.
Look at how much damage that 3 of them did against Nolan and Mark.
Yep.
And of course, the rest of the population that was there, they wiped them all out in a matter of minutes. Mm-hmm. And what was his name? Lucan?
I think Lucan. I didn't know I didn't. But yeah, I think
he had his intestines hanging out. And he had them like scooped up in something, and he was still able to come back and make one final, blow to Nolan and crush his spine.
How terrifying is that? You have a race that they know what they're doing, and they are so dedicated. They're so committed to their beliefs on how order should be, and they should rule supreme. To the point where Lucan he knew he was dying, and before he died, he still went out to make sure he crushed Nolan before he died. Like, this is how serious they are, no matter what.
Lucan wasn't wrong when he said, next time you go to kill somebody, make sure that they're dead. Mm-hmm. It's like, you ever seen Zombieland?
Oh, yeah, I love the double tap. I always say that, yeah.
Always double tap.
I love Zombieland, if you haven't seen that.
I mean, that's not bad advice either, especially in this case.
Love that movie so much. Yeah.
Always double tap.
Especially of Viltrumite, because they're so freaking powerful. They're too dangerous to just assume.
Did Nolan kill any of those 3? I mean, yeah, he broke her jaw, and she was still choking on her own blood and stuff.
Yeah.
She wasn't quite dead yet. She was still breathing.
I really thought she was going to come back and stab or do something last second, too.
But then the other guy, when he crushed his head and stuff, he was asking him, do you feel bad about, and then at the last second, Mark called for him, so then he didn't really get a chance to finish the job, I don't think.
Yeah, that's true.
And he rushed away. So I don't think he killed any of them.
It's so bad. Like, I did not expect the other Viltrumites to show up on that planet while Mark and his dad are so injured. I'm like, they got captured. I mean, they let Mark go because now he has to take the position his dad had. Like, that's insane. Chance.
Either you go back and you finish the mission, but you can kill a few just to get them to fall in line, or we go there, and if you're not doing what we asked you to do, we're gonna wipe out millions.
So it's at the point where, that's the biggest question. What's Mark going to do? Other versions of himself agreed with his dad and helped him rule Earth.
Yeah, but for as many people that agree with his dad, there's that many people who don't agree with him.
Hopefully, we hope that.
Well, I mean, and there's an infinite amount of universes, so there's going to be some that don't and some that do and some that are neutral, some that aren't super, all that. There's whole different aspects of what could possibly be out there.
Yeah.
But going back to this universe, why did they bother to stabilize Nolan to bring him back? If they're just going to execute him, unless it's going to be like a public execution, which I'm assuming it's probably going to be. This is what happens when you don't follow in line and follow what you're supposed to do.
That's what I'm thinking, because they're so strict and very strong on what they believe in that they're going to make an example out of him. Because the fact that he left his post and they don't tolerate that, and he sent a whole bunch of people after him. Yeah, like, it's such a disgrace, and you could tell they were so disgusted by it. Like, they are super serious. So I think they have to keep him alive to really make a gruesome public death, to be like, this is what's going to happen to you. Look at this dog. Look at this insect. He mated with, like, disgusting creatures. He's, like, one of the ants that we control and whatever.
But I think,
wow.
I have a feeling that Mark's new brother is going to be a big deal down the road, because don't forget, he grows faster than a human, but slower than the other race because of the mixed genes. So I have a feeling that he's going to grow up pretty quickly, and hopefully he'll be willing to help Mark, because something tells me that Mark is going to wind up raising him. Mm-hmm. You know?
Yeah, I think so too. I really enjoyed seeing this species, and even though we are so open-minded because we watch like all kinds of shows and movies with like alien races and whatnot, and to see these insect people, like I get freaked out by insects in the house, so immediately like
yeah, but the insects don't
need them
communicate
circle
with
of life.
you either.
Yeah, I know. So to actually see this level of compassion, and they're very intelligent, and you know, the fact that they only live one day, right? They only live one year.
1 year.
Yeah, duh. Okay, so they only live 1 year. Holy crap, like that's not even comparable. Like you got 1 year, a human, hopefully 80, 90 years old. So there's just a huge difference. There's a big gap there. So how long will Mark's brother live for? But I do think he's going to help Mark.
See, like
later on.
We don't know how long Mark's going to live for because he's got Viltrumite DNA mixed with human DNA.
Yeah.
So is he going to have a lifespan similar to the Viltrumites? And same with his brother. Is he going to have, Viltrumite lifespan? Because, I mean, Mark even said that he already looks like he's been 6 months old.
Yeah.
And he's not. He must have been just born not that long ago. Mm-hmm. So it's, if he grows up pretty quickly and gets his powers, hopefully he gets the same powers that Mark has. And hopefully he can, Mark and him can train together, and they can be some kind of hope for. But we don't know how much time it's going to be because they said that we're going to check up on you, so we don't know how much time is going to be before the Viltrumites come checking up on Earth to see what's going on.
Yeah, so I'm really thinking it's going to come down to Mark gathering a bunch of people, like his friends, people that he met along the way, his new brother who will grow up really fast, be as strong, and I think just as compassionate, if not more so, because with this other alien race on Thoraxa, whatever the planet was called, like, the mom or wife said something about, Nolan's wife said, a year seems like a long time, and in that time we learn to, we grow, we love, or we learn, we love, and she seemed really compassionate from what she was saying. So I'm hoping with just knowing how this race saved Nolan and really made him open up with his compassion, because he did have it inside him, but he was so stubborn because he was brought up not to think that way, and he's lived for how long thinking that everyone else is below his race, that I think his new son will be even more compassionate, and I really think he is going to be a good asset for Mark.
Yeah.
So I think he's going to be a huge important role maybe the next 4 episodes when they come out. Do you think Nolan's going to actually get executed? I don't know how he's going to get out of it, but
I don't know. I kind of think that he might. It's kind of hard to say because you just don't know what's going to happen. Mm-hmm. But I want to say that he probably will, just so that you can take that aspect of him coming around and being a good guy again. And I think it's all going to be up to Mark, his brother. Hopefully, Alan might still be alive. He can create some kind of force to help go against these Viltrumites. Yeah. But they gotta find something to soften him up a little bit, because even Mark gets his ass kicked very easily. He did good once he started picking it up, but he lets his concentration slip, or he lets his guard down a little bit. I know he doesn't want to kill, but he's got to fight like he wants to kill. And then at least
he started landing punches once he started getting serious about it. But I agree with Mark, and he doesn't want to kill people, but his father was speaking truths there. Like, he's going against these like extremely strong murderers.
These people are practically immortal. I mean, yes, they can die, but it takes a lot to actually get one of them. Yeah. It takes one of their own kind to get one of them.
Yeah.
So it's like, I hate to say it, but it's kill or be killed. I mean, it's either you try not to kill them, but any chance that they get, even if they're on their last hope, last legs, they're going to try to kill you, with their dying breath.
Yep.
So.
Now, one thing that I'm kind of hoping about, well, we saw hope, because here Nolan, he was true. in this. Like, I was thinking, we were coming up with all kinds of theories last episode about, like, oh, maybe, you know, he took over this race, and that's even what Mark assumed as well. But he is so conflicted and got so upset because he was grieving about all these, like, these dead beings that, like, took him in. Like, he was living amongst them. He married one of them. He truly loves his new wife, you know, and it seems
he
like
loved
he
his
loves
old wife too, and he said that, I'm not trying to replace your mother.
Yeah.
But there was something different about, you know, being with her, you know, but like I said, like, I think he said that, you know, well, look how he was when he was going through space. I mean, he was very conflicted. He didn't know what the hell was going on, what to do. And, you know, he really had time to think. And
and he even shed a tear when he left Earth. And so it's good to actually see that he went through the process of grieving. Like, he actually regretted. He really felt bad about what he did, but he was angry because he couldn't let go of his old ways, because that's what he knew, and he was very proud of it.
But you know, he also knows that he can't go back to Earth because of what he did. Nobody's going to accept him, and nobody should accept him. I mean, he did some horrific things, and you know, there's no reason for him to go back.
Yeah.
So he knows that part.
Yeah. So I really think there is hope for the Viltrumites, where if Nolan can feel compassion, and for him to show weakness to Mark and grab him out of frustration, and he's almost crying for help. Like, he's like, why am I feeling this way? I shouldn't be feeling this way. They're beneath me. They're crap. You know, he's saying like the worst things because he feels so much.
Well, see, I'm thinking that all the Viltrumites we've been seeing so far, they're like the soldiers of the planet. We don't know if all of Viltrumite is like that.
Yeah.
You know, if they're under like a military rule, they could be like, this is how we do things. You know, and the regular population might be a normal society, not exactly knowing what's going on.
Yeah, I'm thinking there's going to be ones like Nolan, but I think in the history that we saw last season, I think they went against each other and they killed the ones that were weaker and people who weren't fighters or soldiers and stuff. So, but hopefully you're still going to have confliction. You're still going to have some compassion somewhere. So I'm thinking, you know, even if Mark gets all his friends, like even the strongest people together to fight all the Viltrumites, there are a lot of them left. And holy crap, like it's just going to be chaos. So many freaking people are going to die, mostly Mark's friends, I would think. Like it's just going to be major murder.
I'm kind of curious as to if when he knows they're coming to check up on him, if maybe he can get the planet to pretend, like do like a movie kind of thing.
Yeah.
I mean, I know it'll take a lot to actually do it, but if he can pretend to convince them that he's doing what he's supposed to be doing, then maybe he can hold them off for a little while longer.
Maybe. And so I'm kind of hoping that somehow Mark can convince the conflicted Viltrumites to side with him, to know compassion. I don't know how you would do that unless some of them already have their own experiences.
You got to find them first of all. I mean,
you got to find them first. So the fact that we have the multiverse introduced in this season, it has to come down to that. Whether cloning, because we've seen a lot of cloning already. We saw that last season, but more with the Muller brothers, like coming back, you know. And then Donald now, he's like some kind of clone robot person.
Yeah, we don't know exactly what he is, but whatever's inside him, it could bend steel. So.
Or Donald. So I'm kind of thinking also that if Mark can't change their minds or open their minds to be like, oh, well, these guys are really compassionate. They don't deserve to be, I don't know if he's actually going to break how they believe the Viltrumites. But if he does have to fight them all, he's going to have to use the multiverse, maybe even side with Levy somehow. Maybe, I don't know. I really don't know because it's all against him right now because even Levy's like so full of hate and he wants to get revenge on Mark. So I'm just thinking we're going to need a lot of compassionate Marks to come through different dimensions and help.
Donald.
Yeah, we just need Bobby Hill. a bunch of him. I feel so bad for him. Like, I think he's a good character. For him to be so loyal to the cause, like he knows he's dead anyways, and he says something like, "It was a pleasure working with you," or something to Cecil before he blows himself up.
Yeah, but that was supposed to be his final scene.
Well, I'm saying like he's like a real dedicated person, so why bring him back? So I'm thinking because he's such a, a loyal person to Cecil that's where they brought him back.
The one that was killed by Nolan, was that another copy, or what? Was that just another line of Donald's?
Maybe he has he tried to do that? Did he ever have suspicions?
Something tells me
before?
that this Donald isn't the first.
Oh crap! Yeah, because he does bleed, and the other one from last season, bled when he was grabbed by Nolan. Maybe that is a thing. Maybe he's always brought back, was always some kind of robotic person in the agency. Oh, that would be crazy. Poor Donald.
But, because
they don't
Cecil,
tell him anything.
we know that Cecil's been trying to create weapons that could defeat, the Viltrumites and stuff. So,
yeah.
What if Donald is part of that experiment?
Dang, that's actually quite interesting, because I kept thinking, what's the point of doing that?
Because if you look at Donald, especially in those surveillance videos in this episode, you see him going up against Nolan like he had no fear.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like he knew what he was getting himself into. He didn't defeat him or anything like that, but I wouldn't be surprised if this is like the learning stages of,
Yeah.
It's just throwing it out there. It's all hypothetical, but it's possible.
It is. The last 2 episodes have been really good, and now I'm just like on edge. I want to see the next few episodes. But okay, so Adam Eve, I really enjoy her character. I wish we saw more of her in this season. Hopefully next part, but I feel bad for her. I'm glad she did go home to her parents, but
I think
tough.
she's finally realizing that yes, she's trying to do good, but everything she does has a consequence in some way. Mm-hmm. And and I think especially
that's
with
like her dad who kept saying.
Well, and her dad knew that, and she was trying to tell her that. He was doing it very angrily, but yeah, you can't just make something look good if there's but without knowing the reason why it wasn't done to begin with.
Yeah.
It wasn't done because the ground wasn't stable.
Yeah.
You can't just build a structure and make it look complete if it's not structurally sound.
Mm-hmm.
You can fabricate a brick wall and put it up, but there's nothing to support it. It's just going to collapse again.
Yeah.
And that's what she didn't realize.
Mm-hmm.
If she goes to school for engineering, learns all the aspects of building and construction, and then use that knowledge with her fabrication, then yeah, she could probably do a hell of a lot better, because she would understand, okay, I can't just put up a wall, I have to put support behind it or below it.
And you'd have to learn so much more.
Right.
Exactly how things work.
It's not just, glue it back together again and make it look pretty.
Yeah,
it'll look
just
normal,
the outside,
but it's just a
aesthetics.
facade.
Mm-hmm.
Same with the fountain and stuff. Oh, it hasn't been, it's been looking like that for years, and she built it and then couldn't find out it collapsed because the ground wasn't stable.
Yeah. Yeah, and I really like her character. She's very compassionate, but in a way, I guess she was ignorant, thinking that. But she meant to do good. Like,
even like fighting on the bridge,
RoboCop. What was his name?
2.0.
I can't I forget his name.
Fighting him, she's fighting in a public space, and she's angry fighting with him, and she's stopping him at every move. But even something so simple, one simple distraction is. Which he took advantage of, throwing that car off the bridge. And
that was her fault, because she was not thinking. She was just reacting to him. Yeah.
She's thinking that she's doing good by trying to fight this guy, but she's not aware of her surroundings as to, okay, I got to be careful where this goes, because these guys could be
bystanders.
Yeah, they could be collateral damage.
Yeah. So it's good to see these things. Like, again, this show is for adults, and it answers questions that we have. And I know a lot of people have always had these questions, like with Superman and growing up, like it's more innocent, where you just expect or don't ask difficult, real questions about certain things or consequences. And so I love how the characters have these challenges. And last episode, too, was really funny. and awkward, but like with the sex scenes and stuff, where you have Amber asking all these. But it's true. People ask that about Superman and Lois.
Yeah, you don't like, think about it.
You're not going to crush me, are you? Like,
if this was real, you kind of have to think about that. Are you going to blast through that condom, or what's going to happen?
Yeah.
I mean, like literally, are you going to blast through? Are you going to blast through me? What's going to happen?
Yeah. So this show breaks the rules of what we were used to growing up with more innocent superhero shows.
I wouldn't say breaks the rules. I think it makes it more real.
Expands the rules, or like makes it
more reality,
where you can believe it. Yeah, you can accept it more or whatever. But yeah, so I can't wait for the next episode. Hopefully that'll come out sometime soon. Anything else you want to add? I just wrote down. I think we pretty much talked about everything I wanted to talk about.
Yeah, I guess we won't find out from about Alan for a while, huh?
Yeah, right. I don't know. And Clancy Brown is back again. He played a character I think last season as well. I love him. He's great.
I just hope that I'm pretty sure his brother and his stepmom, I guess now.
Yeah, I guess so. I'm glad you brought her back up. I did want to say, I like seeing Nolan compassionate, and he was still selfish. Like, he went through so much, and I'm so glad to see that he regretted his actions and was fighting with himself. And
but
his
you know
beliefs.
What, though? Sorry, I did interrupt you.
No, go ahead.
But he was compassionate before with Debbie. Like, you saw all the pictures. They were having a great time. They were at amusement parks. They were holding hands. They were swinging around. You know, he looked like a great father. Mm-hmm. But then in an instant, he was like nobody knew him. Yeah. And that's what she's so pissed about. Mm-hmm. But, to see him doing it again, it kind of feels like, did he learn his lesson? I mean, did he
That's what made me nervous when he grabbed Mark again, when he was really mad when he saw his new people dead.
But what he said to Mark was, why am I feeling this? That made me think that, okay, maybe he is changing. But I still wouldn't put my trust in him fully.
Exactly. I 100% agree there, because like to have all these memories with Debbie and it seemed like he truly cared 20 years, and for him to just throw it all away and be like, well, this was always my mission in the first place, and it was almost like a completely different personality taking over. It was very terrifying. And for him to be in this new planet and kind of reset and do the same stuff over again, I was kind of like, I don't know. I mean, but when he did get angry at Mark and grab him, it seemed like it was true that he was extremely conflicted, and he really did care. He was crying again like he did with his son when he left Earth the first time. So when he was grieving, went to this planet, I like that whole backstory of this innocent race that doesn't live long at all. They're very weak, but they're truly compassionate, accepted him. Apparently they did find out about his past, because they were all calm when when Mark was like yelling at him and saying, you murdered so many people, and for him to have a life there and love his wife, like there's so many things I'm overthinking where I'm like, how do they meet? How long was he there for? Because Mark was saying all the right questions that we're thinking, like, wow, like you had no time. You were traveling through space for quite some time. How long were you with these people? And then mated with this insect and then had a kid. Like, all this had to happen, like, bam, bam, bam. But in Nolan's perspective, he couldn't go back to Earth. He had to restart his life. He found compassion in these people, and he did fall in love. And
he fell in love because of their species. Everything moves a lot faster, and he even said that everything moves a lot faster than the humans. Yeah. So that's why everything kind of moved along faster for him. Yeah. Because he had to keep up with it.
And so my defense was, I do feel for Nolan, but at the same time, I'm like, you lived for such a long freaking time. Like, you're very wise.
And now you're having these struggles. Huh?
And you already had this really bad turnout with Earth. And you had to leave. I mean, he was at his weakest point. So for him to find compassion and love, I mean, I'm going to say 'tis human or whatever, but he's not. But anyways, for him to like mate with someone, have another kid, when he knows the Viltrumites are after him and they're going to murder this species once they find him and murder any offspring that he has, and then be like, hey son, I called you over too because I really need help. I just think all that was selfish. Like, he just didn't think at all.
Well, yeah, even like now, since he's going back to Viltrumite and Nolan is being forced to go back to, or no, it's not Nolan, Mark is being forced to go back to Earth. Since they're already on that planet, are they going to wipe out the rest of the population while they're there?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, they killed a lot of people already. I mean, they left once they killed Alan before, so maybe they just, once they get what they want, they just leave. They don't really care about that planet. But
but see, I think because of Theus?
Thetis. Yeah.
Because of Thetis, I think he was giving them the information that they wanted, so he was doing their bidding. So as long as you're in compliance, we're going to leave you alone. Because that's the deal.
Yeah.
And, I think that's why, once they killed Alan, that's why they left.
Yeah.
So they had no quarrel with the rest of the planet because they were doing what they were supposed to do.
It's all really bad. So did Nolan's new wife survive with the baby? I think the baby will survive.
I think they both survived because they went deeper into the cave, and Lucan was already pretty fairly unconscious or damaged.
Yeah, and I think that was his last action.
He might not have heard that part go deeper into the cave. So
hopefully not, yeah.
But I wouldn't be surprised if those were the only two survivors on the whole planet.
Yeah. So this is going to be crazy. So everything's building up. Are we going to see a huge battle this season with the Viltrumites attacking Earth? I mean...
No. I think what we're going to see is they're going to come to Earth to check up on Mark to see how he's doing. And I'm hoping Mark's going to find a way to convince them that they are. But,
enslaved or whatever, listening.
Or something. Yeah, something is
going to...
We'll have to see.
Yeah, I'm going to guess that because of the multiverse, either it's going to be a full-on head-to-head battle with a bunch of Marks and good Nolans and good Marks fighting the Viltrumites. So it's going to be a big bloody mess. Or somehow Mark is going to convince the more compassionate Viltrumites, like his father, to join him.
I don't think so.
But I don't think we have enough time to really have anyone trust each other because they've been on the side of the Viltrumites for so long. But maybe they do have stories similar to Nolan. I don't know.
I mean, you don't know if
or more
other
kids.
Viltrumites have been forced into doing what Mark's being forced to do. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's...
Yeah, so there might be an uprising there. So can't wait to hear what you guys have to say about this. Please leave your comments below. We always love to hear it. And anything else you want to add?
Go Mark.
Yeah, go Mark. So I really love Mark. He's such a good kid, and I just want the best for him. And to get stabbed like that, I know they're so powerful. He is invincible, but in this case,
I mean, as you can see, even the Viltrumites aren't invincible.
Yeah.
They can just take a pounding pretty good, but, they can't die.
And showing such incredible strength, I mean, they don't care about each other. They have such a shallow... strong belief that, if he's going to die, he was meant to die. Like when they were talking about Lucan before, they keep brushing it off. Like every time you die, you're just another number. Who cares?
It's if you're meant to die, you're going to die.
That's it. It's not like for Valhalla or something like I'm going to something better. It's like, we don't care about you.
They have no compassion for each other.
Not at all. So I think that's a huge weakness. And I think a lot of people will possibly break away from that. Like, screw this. Like, what's the whole point? Like, to make the race better if you don't even care about anybody.
Well, and even if Thetis was like, we're going to exploit that, whether there are or not. I mean, probably not. Mm-hmm. But, I mean... I think Alan recognized that, he left his post because he couldn't kill his son, blah, blah, blah. So I think he realizes that if you get them to feel compassion, they break apart.
Yeah.
So... We'll
interesting show. Yeah, definitely the last 2 episodes have been great, and I can't wait to see more. So thank you guys so much for watching. Happy New Year, and we'll see you very soon as always. Bye, guys!
Bye!